Hey everybody, good to see you out there. I figured I shouldn't be a total stick in the mud about things and only talk about stuff that I find annoying, stuff that grates on the nerves. Because, I'm sure that there are people who agree with what I have to say, but I want to show you I'm not a total stick in the mud all the time. And maybe every once in a while talk about things that I do like. It was about 2 years ago, my wife and I went back home to visit some family. And we were sitting in, of all places, a Dunkin' Donuts. And if you saw what this Dunkin' Donuts was, you would think it's the last place you would ever expect a Dunkin' Donuts to be. But it's there. And my wife and I were having our coffee and bagel. And one of my old schoolmates came in. I wouldn't say he was a bully. I wouldn't say he was a dirtbag. I wouldn't say anything like that. But he was one of those people where he seemed to find it amusing, the things I would have to say, and not in a good way because, well, this guy, when I knew him, he would look to hold things against me, I would say. Like if I said something, if I liked this or I didn't like that, he would bring it up in front of everybody and hold it against me. And it was a pleasant conversation that my wife and I had nonetheless with him because it was good to see somebody from so many years ago. And then he brought up, "You're still in love with Apollonia?" And I thought for a minute, and I said, "Yeah, you know something? Some things never change. Just like how my father and my uncles all loved Annette Funicello, some of them until the very day they died or the day she herself died. They always had a crush on Annette Funicello. I had to think about my crush on Apollonia Cotero, even though I'm happily married to the most wonderful lady in the world. My uncle Norm, who himself is a lot like Billy Crystal, is really a cool guy to be around, had taken me to see Purple Rain. It was the last thing that we did together before he moved out to the Southwest. But he figured he'd do something, just the two of us. He took me to see it because I wanted to see it because Prince was up and coming. And like Eddie Murphy said, show business is the business to be in if you want girls. Well, when I saw that Prince could date girls who look like Apollonia just because he played in a band, hey, I'm there, dude. Just give me an instrument. Show me what to play and how to play it. And my Uncle Norm could see that when we came out of the theater. He said, "You still want to be a bus driver or a subway train operator for the MTA?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but I wouldn't mind playing in a rock band on the side, if you want me to be totally honest." And it was because I fell in love with who I now consider to be the second most beautiful woman in the world. Apples, you understand, right? Okay. My wife comes first. It was because of my love for Apollonia when I saw Purple Rain that I decided I wanted to be a drummer because I didn't really have the manual dexterity to play the guitar. And sure enough, by the end of that summer, I started going to a new intermediate school and I began playing drums in the school band. Well, I did wind up joining a little rock trio in my late teens, which, if you were to listen to us, you would have thought we sounded like Green Day crossed with Nirvana. It was actually a pretty good sounding band. The guitarist and bassist were good songwriters, and I just kind of backed them up with my drumming. We had fun. But the coordination and the sense of timing and rhythm that I put into learning how to play the drums went into my career when I became a professional driver. There's a lot of rhythm, coordination, and timing involved in driving a big vehicle like a big truck or a big bus, as I am capable of today with my CDL. And I think I owe it all to falling in love with Apollonia. So it really wasn't a dig in my gut when he said it because I had to think about it for a second. And I owe my career. I owe my career to you, Apples. If you're listening, if you're watching, which I hope you are, there are many guys like me who love you and appreciate you. And we miss you for the most part being out of the public eye. But whatever your reasons might be for that, we understand. And we don't think any less of you. We still love you. And we're always going to love you just like my father and my uncles loved Annette Funicello. All right? We want you to stay well, be of sound mind and sound body for many years to come. And for everybody else who's watching and listening for that matter, I hope you have a great day. And don't be ashamed if you have a crush on someone. It's a good thing that might even lead to better things, as is the case with me.